Welcome to another part of the ISM Exercise Set Microeconomics, this time with a unit on trade. Let's have a look at the corresponding exercise. Here, bread and books are produced in Micronesia and Micronesia. It takes 30 minutes to produce a bread in Micronesia and 12 hours to produce a book. In Micronesia, the production of a bread takes 30 minutes and the production of a book takes 15 hours. Then our tasks. First, which of the two countries has an absolute cost advantage with regard to each of the two goods? For which of the two goods do the two countries have a comparative cost advantage? And finally, which of the following exchange rates will be established between Micronesia and Micronesia? 5-to-1, 10-to-1, or 30-to-1? Well, let's work our way through these three tasks. We start with the first part by just summarizing the information we have in the text into this table. So this tells us how expensive for each of the two countries it is to produce each of the goods. The information here, it's in the same unit, so I put everything into hours. Well, if we take a critical look here, then we see for bread, there's not really a difference. So both of them have the same cost for bread, so neither has an absolute cost advantage. For books, however, Micronesia has a clear cost advantage. So, well, trade could only happen if they agree that Micronesia does bread and Micronesia do books. But it's better to not only consider these absolute cost advantages, but rather switch to the comparative cost advantages. And for those, we first need the opportunity costs. The opportunity costs, they tell us how much, measured in the corresponding other good, it takes to produce 1 unit of the original good. Well, let's fill this with content and then might make more sense with this explanation. So what we are going to do here from a calculation point of view is for each country, so for example for Micronesia with bread, we take the price for bread in Micronesia, 0.5, and divide this by the price for the other good, so by the 12. Then we get the opportunity cost for bread in Micronesia. Then for books, in Micronesia, we do the same thing. We take the price for books, the 12, divide them by 0.5, the price of bread. So this will turn out as follows. So here we have 1/2 divided by 12, so we have 1/24 being the opportunity cost for bread, and 12 divided by 1/2 is 24, the opportunity price for books. We do the same for Micronesia, and we get the results as presented here in the table. And well, then the only thing to do is to select for each of the two goods the one country which has the lowest opportunity cost. And well, for bread, this is Micronesia, it's only 1/30. And for books, that's Micronesia because 24 is smaller than 30. So here, those two are the comparative cost advantages. Micronesia has one in bread, Micronesia has one in books. And this same table could also be used for part C. But before we go there, one final comment. If we turn to the 24 for books in Micronesia, this tells us if Micronesia wants to produce one book, they have to give up the production of 24 breads. On the other hand, Micronesia, they have 30 here, so they have to give up 30 breads if they want to produce one additional book. That's how they interpret the opportunity costs. And well, as I said, we can use the same table for part 3 for the exchange rates. And for this, I just recapture what we had given in the exercise. So it's possible to have an exchange rate 5-to-1, 10-to-1, or 30-to-1. And well, how do we find the corresponding most fitting exchange rate? Well, again, we take a look at the opportunity costs, and we take a look at the opportunity cost of the most expensive good. So here, clearly that's the books. And then we take the average of the two opportunity costs. So here basically it's 54 divided by 2. So we have 27. And well, and then we take a look where the exchange rate is closest to this 27. And clearly that's with an exchange rate of 30-to-1. So the exchange rate 30 to 1, that's the most likely to actually become established. And well, that's already all there is to this exercise. So I hope you enjoyed listening to it. And if you're looking for additional videos or exercises, feel free to visit the rest of the exercise set or have a look at the corresponding playlist. I say goodbye and see you next time.